What are your general thoughts on goaltending as a concept?
Tall person, way to show off.
Oh.
That is enough. We've had enough. Congratulations. You didn't even do it properly.
What would your thoughts on goaltending be as a concept if you were able to do it?
I would think that I know my body
Uh-huh.
and I was fine.
You do it just like perfectly.
Yes.
People will be like,
I can see that the ball's on the way down, but I trust her. Congratulations, Clara, on yet another block.
what are your thoughts on college football as a concept?
As a concept,
Yeah.
people seem to really enjoy it, so
People do.
I'm not gonna mess with success.
Do people enjoy it, or are there just too many colleges?
Oh, yeah, there might be too many colleges.
So there's just a large population. Like, we all didn't go to an NFL school.
Couldn't get in.
Well, today we're talking about those two things combined. Your admissions process,
Okay,
goaltending in college football.
got it.
Quick shout out to our Patreon. That's where we first brought Weird Rules back. Join us over there to get first look at John's projects, get our podcasts, get something new every Monday. Back to me and Clara.
The act of goaltending in American football is on a field goal attempt, somebody on the defense attempting to swat the ball out of the air before it goes over the crossbar.
Which is truly a shame. Make college football more like an arcade game.
Yeah. And I don't know, 17 years ago, we shot an episode of Weird Rules that is the NFL's views on goaltending. They're very simplified. The only reference in the rule book to goaltending on a field goal is basically don't do it. This joke that people say NFL stands for the No Fun League.
Why would I laugh if it's not?
It stands for the National Football League.
Oh, so there's two.
The NFL doesn't like to have fun. They ban things that are fun.
Okay, yeah, no, I get it.
They had this situation occur that they were like, we need to write a rule for this. They built a little sandbox for themselves, and then they did not play in it compared to what college football did. College football, in their rule book, they imagine all these scenarios that I couldn't find having actually happened, but just to be like, in case it does, let's make sure people know what to do here.
That's fun. One guy one afternoon was like, here's a creative writing exercise for me.
Maybe a writer's room just kicking around concepts. Step one, what college football does is, like the NFL, if you jump up and you deflect the ball as it's going over the goalpost, penalty. But if the ball stays in bounds and the kicking team recovers the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
Okay, they're putting a little fun back in. So, I mean, now it's risky to do your super jump block.
Well, I suppose it's never not risky also if it's either a penalty or a touchdown on that scenario.
Mm-hmm. But it's riskier. It's
Sure.
Like you could give up an easy touchdown and not be a hero at all.
Additional penalty, insult to injury.
Yes.
But they don't stop there. They then say, okay, what happens if they deflect and then the same team that deflected it recovers it? Then what happens?
Their ball off to the races?
Still a penalty because of the initial deflection.
Oh.
But if the kicking team says, we're going to decline the penalty, then it's a safety.
Okay.
I think the penalty would be the ball advances,
Gotcha.
so they could re-kick or they get a first down, or the kicking team is just like, screw it, we'll take 2 points. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
The specific rule that I want to talk about within all of this, which God bless college football for spelling everything out. Okay, so this is Rule 9, Section 4, Article 1.6. If Team A attempts a field goal and a player from Team B in the end zone goes above the crossbar and catches the ball. Sick, right? Legal.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Totally
the spirit
allowable.
of it. If you can do it, you can keep it.
Every rule in every rule book should have an asterisk
Yeah.
of like, unless this happens in like a really cool way. And like universal cool, not like, oh, this guy thinks this comedian's cool, but really that comedian
Not
is...
if you could do like it's cool in my own way.
Right.
We all know that that's not cool. It's the worst thing that you could be. Is cool in your own way. That doesn't count.
Right. Hearing that, what logic is there to decide that a catch is different from batting it down, specifically when it's at the goalpost?
It really does feel like it's such a rare thing that it's going to happen. Do we really just want to pull the rug out from under it? Let that cool thing shine.
Which then is clearly why the NFL would not adapt this rule into their situation.
What if I guess you can't bat it and then catch it, unless it all happens in the air. Did they get there? Or do I have
Look at me. I'm going on and on about how much fun college football had, envisioning everything. That would be a deflection
Yeah.
and then possession versus just a clean catch. I think they would see batting the ball into somebody else's hands to catch it as just the batting the ball, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
So I think in order to legally do it, you have to just cleanly
Get up high enough to get your whole palms
right.
on that. I like that the guy at his computer doing creative writing was like, I'm going to include this.
My theory for why it's in there is differentiation between, because it's legal if the field goal is short and you, as a defender, catch it.
Yeah.
And then it's a live ball.
Yeah, would have to be, right?
Yeah. Maybe you're just so tall you don't even have to jump. And you're able to pluck it out of the air, but you're on your 2 feet and in the end zone. They don't want to further burden such a person by having to play with a different set of rules that limits their physical
because that's
ability.
discrimination.
That's discrimination. But yeah, so that is the one way that you can legally goaltend, which I guess means it's not goaltending.
No better way to say it, really. Is
Right.
a legal goaltend. So in the NFL, that means if you catch it, congratulations, asshole. Penalty. Really cool jumping. Great. It has me thinking about ways in which you could, because it's physically impossible to catch it. I mean, I know that they're very talented, but ways in which you could do it. So the batting way we ruled out.
Oh,
What about some sort of shoulder carry? Maybe you still need to sort of launch your buddy.
let's say you have figured out the correct costume. At this point, it's not a uniform, it's a costume. The right costume that masks 2 players to look like one single player.
Very long jersey.
Okay, so let's say the bottom guy jumps 6 inches.
Yeah.
These are
These are professional
incredible
athletes. Yeah.
athletes. Let's say his shoulders are 6 feet off the ground. Another guy is sitting on top of him. Oh God, how tall is a butt to fingertips? How much space am I taking up?
4 feet? 10, and then the 6. If the bottom guy can give a 6-inch jump.
Then we're getting there.
Yeah.
Do we just need to go ahead and explore 3? A 3 stack. Option A for how this scenario could play out.
Yes.
Single normal person.
I wouldn't call them normal,
Sure,
but
fair. Based on
freaks.
based on his individual freakish abilities,
Yes.
is capable of jumping the required distance. Option 2 is 3 men in a costume.
Don't need to jump.
Don't need to jump.
Just need to balance.
In order to pull this off, it really does need to be the act of an individual. When they were in the writer's room to figure out batting and kicking, they started with like, all right, if you bat the ball down, that's a penalty. What happens next? What if the kicking team recovers it? Oh, touchdown. What if the same team recovers it? Oh, no. Extra penalty and maybe a safety. And then at that point, somebody's like, what if they catch it?
And everyone's eyes sort of lit up around the table. It's like, now we're really thinking. Now we're vibing.
This is sick.
Get a whiteboard marker.
Can you imagine my buddy Keith just like getting up there?
I could do it, I bet.
Oh, I bet. Actually, that is probably accurate. The person who thought it up was like, I bet I could go do this thing.
Yeah. Not going to, but I bet I could.
Like, if you could, we'd allow it. I think they came up with this early on in the process. So then some of the other ones are kind of retconning in order to try to prevent people from attempting to do it. By still being like, but okay, we need to spell out all these bad outcomes.
Yeah, right. Because it would change the game too much. If it's too enticing, every field goal is just people jumping. It's just a high jump contest. And that's a different sport.
Do you really not get the no fun league thing?
No, I do. Sold it though, huh?
Yeah.
It's sort of easy to sell people on you being dumb.
Thank you for watching. Thanks for encouraging us to bring Weird Rules back. And thanks to all of our top secret agents whose names you're seeing on screen right now. My dad's somewhere in there. Hi, Dad. If you want even more Secret Base, first look at John's work, podcasts, so many different things, go check us out on Patreon.